Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ankita. I'm an Indian living in Manchester and I've been creating content here on YouTube and on Instagram for the last 10 years. I majorly do beauty, but I've recently expanded into lifestyle as well. So today I'm doing something very fun which I've never done before, and that is I'm recreating my first ever YouTube tutorial, and this was 8 years ago. So it's a bronze smoky eye. When I look back on that video, I still think like my techniques were okay. They weren't too bad, but I was really shy to show my face. I didn't even want to do a voiceover. So it's actually a music, like there's background music and then there's captions at the bottom explaining the steps. So I'm going to be following pretty much the same steps and we'll see what the end result looks like. So my choice of products is going to be slightly different. In the original video, I used a Kajal which was not very smudgeable. It was something that set into a smudge-proof finish very quickly, and that didn't give me a lot of time to work with. So when I watched that video, it's a little painful to see me struggling to smudge that Kajal, which has obviously set into a smudge-proof finish. So instead of that, I'm going to use something which is quite creamy. I have two options that I would like to recommend. The first one is the Nykaa eyemBlack Kajal. I've loved it since it launched. Very creamy, you can smudge it easily. And the other one is the PIXI Endless Silky Eye Pen. So I'm going to use the PIXI one today for my look. So I'm going to start with the first step, which is applying the Kajal along the upper lash line. And it doesn't have to be very neat because we're going to smudge it in the next step. So back then, for a smoky eye, I used to cover pretty much my entire lid with this black base. I don't do that now, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna try this. And I also used it along my lower lash line. And now I'm going to take a small brush. This is by Kiko number 60 brush, and I'm going to start smudging. Now because I've used a different product compared to my original video, the PIXI Silky Eye Pen is a lot more smudgeable. So you'll be able to see as I'm smudging. It's a lot easier to use. Okay, so I've got the base now. In the next step, I have used a bronze eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions today. And I'm going to go with this color, which is quite a warm bronze shade. I'm going to take a flat brush like this. This is the Makeup Forever 226 straight brush. Just as I have demonstrated in my original video, I'm going to place this on top of that black base. Now I used the MAC bronze eyeshadow in that video, and I will say that eyeshadow had a much smoother texture, whereas this one from the Huda palette is a bit, can you see, it doesn't have a very smooth texture, so it's coming out a little bit patchy and grainy. Trying my best. I want this look to look better than my original, to show that, you know, my techniques have become better in all this time, but I don't think I chose my product as wisely. I'm going to try and pack on as much color so that it doesn't look patchy. In the video, I also used that same color in the middle of my lower lash line. I still think it looks patchy despite my best efforts. So I'm going to take this color here. I was using this, I'm going to use this now because it looks smoother, and I'm just going to add that over this in order to get a better finish, and I think it's working. although this makes it a bit more of a gold smoky eye. Okay, I think that looks alright. I'm actually going to take a little bit more in the inner corner here. Okay, so in the next step I used a dark brown eyeshadow and I used that to define the outer corners and the crease. So from this palette I'm actually going to dip into these two colors. This is a bit light for what I want and this is too dark, so I'm going to mix these two. I'm going to place the brown in the outer corner just like I did in the video. Take it just a little bit up like that and take it down as well here. I'm gonna start doing some light strokes to actually blend that brown. I think what's different between then and now is I tend to take my eyeshadows a bit higher than I used to. Dramatic effect. And then I had used like a light color in my inner corner. I had used MAC rice paper. I don't have that anymore, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the highlighters from this palette. I've used this to highlight my cheekbones today and I'm going to use that for the inner corner highlight. What I did next is I applied some Kajal again and I smudged it a little bit. Add back some of that darkness and that drama. Okay, and let's go back in with the brush that I'd used in the first step to smudge. This Kajal is actually quite smudgeable, so it's kind of going everywhere in the outer corner. I think I'm close to completion now. All I need to do is finish off with mascara now. I'm going to curl my lashes and go in with a volumizing mascara. Okay, let's go in with the mascara. Hopefully that will just finish off the look nicely. So that is the finished look. I think it looks quite similar, except for that I've gone beyond the crease a little more than what I did in the original. Let me do my other eye so we can see the complete look. So I've done my other eye and this is the finished look. I can definitely see some differences. I think I'm not afraid to go a little more dramatic. Back then I was just starting out, I was very new, so working with darker colors like blacks and browns intimidated me a little bit and I was very careful, whereas now I think I've got more confidence in my hands and I just go a bit more dramatic without worrying about anything. Another big difference I can see between then and now is that I use fewer tools. Like I am happy like using one brush to do a lot of different things, whereas earlier though I had lesser brushes back then, I would use like the proper brush for everything, whereas now I often sort of do multitasking with things. So that is the look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like me to recreate some more of my older looks and videos, do let me know which one and I'll do it because I really enjoyed doing this. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon in my next video.